God, I pray that you take any negative energy away from me, any negative energy away from the person that is watching this, any negative energy that is in our vicinity, in our lives. I pray that you keep that evil eye away from us. And people that are trying to stop us, that people that are trying to ruin our vibe. I pray that you keep loving us, keep supporting us, keep guiding us, keep being that big dog that you are, God. I also want to give thanks for letting us see another day, for letting us get the messages that you give us, for letting us learn our lessons that we are supposed to learn. Amen, I say. Okay. Sorry. What's poppin'? So your girl can rant, communicate, conversate, whatever you like to call it. And today we are going to talk about leveling up in life. The good way and the bad way. Or going up the ladder in life, the good way or the bad way. But first, hi, hello, nice to meet you. My name is Lina. Hi. I go by Lina the Hood Therapist on most of my platforms, not all, but most. I'm here to help you heal, grow, thrive, and be a better person only if you want to. It is up to you to decide if you want to heal, grow, and thrive, my love. Nobody is going to force you. I'm not going to force you. Why would I force you? It is up to you. It is your life. It is your decision. You do what you want to do, baby. If you want to heal, come on this healing journey with us. If you want to stay stuck up, stay stuck up. Okay. First of all, happy Valentine's Day. The day of love, the day of support, appreciation, giving love to the people that you love, the people that you appreciate, the people that you adore. My family is actually out. They went to a hotel to go chill and relax and vibe. So I decided to stay home and love on myself. If you know my family, you know I did the good choice. I did the good thing because they are a lot, especially after everything that's been going on this year. They're a lot. So, I needed time to myself. I need to love myself, appreciate myself, do me today because it's Valentine's Day. Okay, now back to I'll sit that over there. Back to the topic at hand. First off, baby, this wig and it looks so good. I curled it myself. So some of you probably know this wig. It was straight first, but we curled that bitch. Ooh, do not snatch my eye. What the hell? Yeah, why are you snatching my eye, you weirdo? Sorry, my damn hair, I guess, got caught on my lash and almost snatched that bitch. But yes, it's Valentine's Day. Look, I got love on my earrings. Love on my earrings. Shout out to my granny because these were her earrings, and shout out to my granny because this was her robe. Thank you. Oh my gosh. But hold on, I gotta see if I got my. You're good. I thought I had got some lipstick on my teeth. You know how I be with them red lipsticks. But yes. Back to the topic at hand. Damn, I look good. Sorry, that was a mirror. Damn, I look good. No. Sorry, y'all. That hair keep getting stuck to my motherfucking lash. I was about to Baz. I was about to. Oh, let me stop playing. And I'm so loud. I'm so sorry. I haven't even drunken anything yet. Let me take a sip so let's cool down. Hold on. Ooh. Some nice wine, I'm telling you. Want a sip? No. It's all mine. Oh my goodness. Y'all, I have not been on here in a while. So forgive me. I'm excited. I miss y'all. How are y'all been? Oh my goodness. I miss my peoples. I miss my peoples. How are you? Are you guys okay? Like, give me a hug. Oh my god. Okay. Back to the topic at hand that we started to say in the beginning, but then we got distracted with our saying, and then we got distracted with this fucking sexy ass hair. Can't really look fine on this side, but it's decent enough. Got a little charms. Ooh. Okay, sorry y'all. This is getting kind of long. But yes, back to the topic at hand. Leveling up or elevating in the world, good and bad. See, when you level up in the world, how should I say this? Sorry, because I was just hyped for being here. So let's get back into the message. Okay, so when you are leveling up in life, it is chaotic. It's crazy, okay? But it all depends on how you are moving in life. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's you leveling up or going up the ladder in a good way, going up the ladder in a smart way instead of going up the ladder in the wrong way. You know, the ladder of life is a tough ladder to get up because sometimes there are no, excuse me, I was going to say there are no steps sometimes. Sometimes you have to make your own steps on that ladder, on those steps that you're going up in life. Sometimes you have to make your own steps. Sometimes them steps are rocky. Sometimes them steps are not good steps, okay? So you have to figure out how to get up them and how to go about them and all that jazz. But if you go up them the wrong way, if you go up them being a manipulative, well, let's be realistic, everybody manipulates in this world. If you manipulate it in the wrong way, as in you take advantage of something that you shouldn't be taking advantage of, you're stealing, you're robbing, you're destroying, you're doing everything that you know damn well you're not supposed to be doing. It's not going to work. Basically, if you do that, you know, like if you do the negative shit, going up the ladder the negative way, it's not going to work. Eventually, that ladder that you went up, those stairs that you went up, instead of going up the right way, as in like you are in a blockage or something on that step, let's do an example, okay? You're going up the stairs and you see one step is like, oh, this step is kind of fucked, okay? So how are you going to do this? How are you going to deal with this step? Are you going to just see if you can step over the step? You know how to do a double step, and people be double stepping and they skipping a step. Are you going to do that? Or are you going to fix the step? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to take your time to figure out the step and get all the information that you need so you can actually fix it and make sure it's sturdy, make sure it's good and all that? Or are you going to just half-ass it and just throw it all together and then go up the step and go? I'm like, oh, it'll work for now, and then go up the step and go. See, the thing about that is, we'll go with the good one first. If you decide to take that time to figure out how to maneuver the step, what is wrong with the step, why is it this way, how to fix it, and have it fixed for the rest of the time, or have it fixed for lifetimes, for years, instead of half-assing it, you won't have to worry about it later on. Now, if you decide to half-ass it and decide to not do the step, or decide to do a little thing like, oh, I just need to put this here and then step on it, it'll help me, or you decide to skip the step all entirely. First off, if you decide to half-ass that step, and unfortunately you have to go back down on that step, it can ruin you in the end. Because you could step on it and fall right on through, even though you half-assed it. Oh, I fixed it though, but you half-assed it. You didn't really put in the work that you knew damn well you needed to put in to go on that step to get to the next level. Instead, you half-assed it, and you had to go back. Something happened at that next step to where you had to go back to that step. But instead of you trying to figure out in the beginning, before you went to that next step, figure out that step that you was already on, you have asked it, so now it's coming back to bite you in the ass. Do you get what I'm saying? As in, you should have worked on that step, but instead you half-assed it. You ignored the things that you know damn well you should have did, and you moved on forward, and then God put your ass back and told you, you remember this step? Remember this ladder that you were going up? Remember this? Okay, now I need you to take a step back. Now you took a step back. Now you're back at the step that you were supposed to work on. You were supposed to better. You were supposed to build the foundation of that step, but instead you half-assed it. Instead you ignored it. Now you are taking longer than what you should have. That step made you go straight on down. So instead of you taking that one step back, when God said, okay, I need you to go back real quick, you took that one step back and fell through. Now you are way further back than what you could have been if you did it the right way. You get what I'm saying? Oh, I love it when the messages come, because it's just like, I feel crazy when I'm thinking about it, but when I say it out loud, I'm just like, I hope a lot of people understand what I'm saying, because I understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I just realized I was saying, you know what I'm saying, good enough. So, anyway. So, as we are talking about the step, and you ignored the step, and let's say you literally just stepped over the step instead of half-assing it. That's way worse, because now you really don't have no foundation. You really have nothing. And if something happens to where you literally have to go back to that step, it wouldn't be a good thing. Now, let's talk about this in life perspective. You're going through life. You're going up the ladder of life. You're going up the stairs of life. And you decide to, I don't know, I want to give a good example for you guys to understand. Let's say workplace. There we go. We will use that as an example, okay? You're at the workplace, okay? You're going up the ladder in the workplace. You're going up in work, okay? And you know for a fact that you got to do certain things at work. Let's say, I used to be custodian back in my day, okay? Well, not back in my day. I was a couple years back. I used to be a custodian, okay? And we had to do certain things. And stuff like that, like clean and all that jazz, okay? And let's say we was doing cleaning. What cleaning are we gonna do? Because I want to give a good example. Vacuuming, because we used to vacuum, okay? We used to vacuum. So when we vacuumed, we would have to go from the bottom to the top and work our way around, okay? And let's say you go through the bottom, you go through everything that you need to on the second floor, and you get to the third floor, and you know that you got to do this section, that section, this section, and that section. So you're doing the sections, but then you get to one section, and it's you think it looks clean. You do a quick scan instead of literally just going in and vacuuming it. You just do a quick scan of the room and then go right on out. Instead of going into the room, going to literally see if there's stuff under the tables or on the chairs or anything. No, instead of doing that, you just look and open the door, look, oh, it look clean, and you go on out and go on about your way and go on back and stuff like that. Okay? Let's say that was a step in life that you had to learn, that you should go in and learn and go in and visualize and see things instead of just doing a quick pop in. Like, oh, that's cool. Pop in, pop out. Oh, it's cool. Instead of going in like, oh, let me scan, wow. I am so sorry. Because as I was thinking that, another message came in. Like, instead of you just popping in life and then popping out of life, you need to really analyze the situation, analyze the lesson, analyze the thing that you are experiencing, instead of just popping in like, oh, I know that, and popping on out. It's kind of like what I'm talking about. It's like when you go up the step in life, you can't just pop in and be like, oh, I know what to do. Throw this away, do a quick this, then a third, and then pop back out. Instead of literally going in, analyzing, like I said, with the step when it's broken, and you going in, analyzing, seeing what needs to be fixed, what needs to be changed, what needs to be done. But instead, you pop in and be like, oh, this is a quick fix, and just throw it in. But you don't know it's a quick fix. Deep down inside, there is something else that you can't see because it's not on the surface level. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go within to better the situation. I know I'm all over the place right now with this message, but it all comes together because it's just like when you're going up the ladder in life and you're half-assing it and you're not doing good, you're doing bad, and you're causing problems, and you're doing negative shit, you're stealing, you're robbing, you're kidnapping, you're trafficking, you're doing the bad stuff. It's going to come back on to you because it's like, instead of you trying to go at it the good way, as in go at it, work hard and analyze and actually figure out what you need to do, you pretend like you can't do that. You pretend like that's too hard for you to go in and analyze and figure out what I need to do to this step, what I need to do in this life, in this part of life. Instead, I'm just going to steal from somebody, or just take this and say it's mine, or destroy somebody else's shit because I can't get that, or I can't get to that level. So I'm going to destroy yours and take yours and use it for myself instead of just trying to figure out how to do it for myself. I feel like I feel like I'm all over the place, but I also feel like those that will understand will understand. You know what I'm saying? I can give you another example because I was watching an anime a while back. You know what I'm saying? I do not remember the name of it, but it was this place where they use their blood as weapons. It was an anime where they use their blood as weapons and stuff like that. And then there was other people that use like other things, like smoke and stuff as weapons. I can't remember what the name of the anime was called, but this person, instead of working hard and going through the challenges and bettering themselves and just taking the pain that they're receiving and putting it in them and transmuting it to better themselves, they decided to manipulate people and take from people and play with people's minds and destroy them. And to get higher up in the world. In this animation, they decided, they tried to get higher up in the world. But later on in the anime, it came to bite them in the ass on how they got up in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, everybody goes up the steps. Some might be able to go up easier than others, but some can't go up certain steps. Some are disabled, enabled. Some have certain things in their lives to where it is harder for them to go up the stairs. You know what I'm saying? The stairs of life. You know what I'm saying? So in the anime, like I said, he was on the bad end. He was doing the bad stuff to get higher up. And later on, it messed him up because the person that his partner that he was with, because his partner didn't even know that he was that type of bad person, because he was sneaky. So he was sneaking around doing all this stuff. So his partner didn't know he was a bad person. But when his partner realized he was a bad person, it was kind of too late for the partner, because I'm not going to really spoil it, but basically some shit happened with the partner and the partner's new friend. So it was too late for them. Too late for the partner to realize that he was a bad person. But not only that, he got karma for what he did, because he, like I said, he was not in this anime. He was not one of those people that can just easily go up the steps. He had got blocked in his life. There was a blockage in his life to where instead of him just trying to figure out how to go up it, around it, or under it, or through it, he decided to use people as their stepping stools. Oh, yes, I remember. That's another message that I was going to put with this message, using, because it's a stepping stool, because, steps, using people as your stepping stool. See, he used people as his stepping stool, but the way he used them, he basically threw them on. This is not what physically happened. This is, what is it? There's a word on the tip of my tongue. It's not realistic. Metaphorically, I think it's what it's called, metaphorically. Basically, he was basically throwing people on the ground and stomping on them to get up to the top and smushing their bodies. And it was just a pile of body. Not real. Animation. Not real. Okay? There were bodies piled up. He was stepping on them to get higher in life. But he was just throwing them. He was half-assing it. He wasn't basically stacking them how they were supposed to. Or should I say he wasn't treating those people how he was supposed to. So he was just half-assing it, throwing that shit around. And eventually, those people that he used as those stepping stool, the steps in life to get higher up, they came crumbling down. Because if you get a pile of things here, let me show you, okay? I'll give you an example. I don't know if y'all can see. Yes. I'll give y'all an example, okay? So these are my rollers. I literally just took out my hair, so don't mind it, okay? But he's literally just throwing them bitches on there. Just stepping on them bitches. Stepping. And getting up to the top. Now, eventually, like for now, you see how some of them are not staying, but it's staying. Some aren't staying, but some are staying. You see how it is, right? This is an example. You see how it's all jumbled up, right? And then you put more. It fell over. One of them fell. You put another one. Hold on. And every time you put them, they keep falling because you didn't put them properly. He didn't put them properly. He didn't do what he was supposed to properly. Instead, he just half-assed it, threw all that shit together. Oh, that's my tower. That's my steps that I'm going to step on. Somebody step on. You see that? Somebody step on that bitch going to fall. So, instead of him taking his steps, or humans using these humans as his stepping stool in a different way, in a good way, and putting them how they were supposed to, because these people are alive. Let's be realistic. He threw them over, and of course they were alive, but they weren't working. So, excuse me. Now, we use it this way. We use these people as our stepping stool in a good way. Allow them to get on the ground for you instead of you throwing them on the ground, because they will eventually, especially if these are people that support you, people that hate you, people that do things for you. All of them are in this stepping stool, because one thing's for sure, you can use anything as a stepping stool. You can use a hater as a stepping stool. You can use a supporter as a stepping stool. You can use a goddamn animal as a stepping stool, okay? Metaphorically, okay? So your haters are eventually going to fall to the ground because you're still loving yourself. You're still supporting yourself. You're still doing good. You're not allowing that negative energy that they're throwing at you to get you down. So they go down themselves. We'll put 2. They go down themselves. Now, we'll do 4. They go down themselves. Boom. And the thing is, when it comes to these haters, God is going to place them, so you don't even got to worry about those steps that you're finna step on, because God put them there. Because God sat your haters down so they can see you elevate and grow, while they are the stepping stools for you to get up there, to elevate and grow. Okay? Now you got your supporters. The people that are there to help you and support you. If they are genuine supporters, they will help you. They will place themselves how they need to be placed. Okay? Boom. There we go. Now you got your haters on the bottom, your supporters. Okay? Now, the next stepping stool. Obviously, it's going to be yourself. You need to be your own stepping stool, my love. Why wouldn't you be your own stepping stool? You have to get up to the top. If there is no other stepping stool, what are you going to do? Sit there? No. You're going to figure out in your brain how to get up to the top. So you is the next person. Your stepping stool. Boom. Now, you got your haters on the bottom. You got your supporters. And then you got you. And last but not least, you got God. Oh, that's not supposed to fall. Okay, these are rolling pins, okay? Rolling pins. They roll, bitch. They roll, okay? But what I'm trying to get in your mind is you put this how it was supposed to be placed. Instead of letting it, half-assing it, and not doing what you're supposed to, not going in and figuring out what you need to do. You didn't half-ass it. Now you have a solid foundation to step on. If this wasn't fucking rolling pins and they were actually bricks, you would be solid. It would be a firm foundation. You will not fall. You will not crumble. You will not do none of that. Why? Because you took the time out to analyze and figure out what you needed to do in life to get to the top, and do it in the positive, good way, instead of being that negative individual that just half-assed it and throwing people and their bodies on the ground and stomping on them to get to the top because, oh, I need to get to the top because I'm better and I'm this and I'm that and I fuck all you bitches and you ain't shit. Boom. Now them bitches on the ground. He on the ground with the bitches that he put on the ground. They're on the ground with the bitches that they put on the ground. Instead of them taking that step and learning that step and trying to figure out how to better themselves and go past this blockage that they had because this step was broken. You can't step on a broken step. You're going to fall through, right? So instead of fixing that step and trying to better themselves and try and figure out how to get this step better, he said, fuck the step. Let me put some gum on that bitch. Call it a day. Or let me just step over it, because I can step over it, but then all of a sudden, boom, that bitch fall. Y'all get what I'm saying? Going up in life, you know, there's good ways to go up in life. There's bad ways to go up in life. But I want you to know, for those that go up in life, and you are going up in life the bad way, bitch, you're going to fall. You are not going to be sturdy. You cannot be sturdy on a broken foundation. When we realize that you have to go up these steps and figure out what is the problem that is on the step so you can get to the next level in life, so you can get to that next step in life. You cannot do it as a negative Nancy. You cannot do it as a bad person. You cannot do it as somebody you know damn well you should not be. You can only do it if you are a positive person. You can only do it if you are a good person. You can only really truly reach the top and stay at the top for the rest of your motherfucking life if you are a solid individual. You cannot be half-assing shit and think you're finna get to the top. Are you dumb? Are you stupid? Are you crazy? Gotta be. Baby, you gotta be. You gotta be. You gotta be. You gotta be. Come on now. I promise you I ain't never seen a motherfucker go up a step and they was doing bad behind the scenes. And I'm not talking about, their lives has been gone bad. No, I'm talking about they're doing bad shit. They're stealing, they're robbing, they're taking, they're doing things that they know they shouldn't be doing. They're manipulating, they're destroying. They're being the narcissist that they know damn well they are. That's what they're doing. They will never truly get to the top and stay at the top and be there for the rest of their lives. And if they do, I feel so bad for them because their next life is going to be treacherous. There are good ways to get up to the top, and there are bad ways to get up to the top. Get up to the top in a good way. Don't allow these people, these things, these entities, whatever the fuck it is that is causing you to go to the bad side, to go to the bad side. You get what I'm saying? Don't allow these things that are making you go to the bad side, go to the bad side. Because That's not going to help your foundation, baby. You cannot step on no broken step. You will go falling down, tumbling down. And I am telling you right now, the higher you get, the harder it is when you fucking fall. Do not get to that top doing some negative shit, doing some dumb shit, doing some shit you know damn well you shouldn't be doing, and fall. Baby, you know how many pieces, broken steps you didn't pass, shards and glass and the splinters just sticking up and nails sticking up. You gon' fall and that's gon' hurt. Let's be realistic. And you see this is still standing after all this time, and you seen how long it took for me, that other one, to fall. And I know I touched it. But I'm not trying to step because these are rolling pins. But look. They're rolling pins. But you get what I'm saying, okay? You get what I'm saying. There are ways to go up in life. There are ways to go up the steps in life. The steps of life. Are you going to go up the steps of life in the bad way where you're manipulating, using, destroying, taking advantage of people, robbing, stealing, doing some off the crazy shit? Or are you going to take the steps of life and work through the destruction, work through the blockage, work through the things that are causing you problems, work through them and get better so you can elevate and grow and thrive and heal and be the best that you can be. Baby. It is easier said than done, I'm telling you. It is easier said than done, but I know you would rather want to be able to stand on those steps. 1 second. I'm sorry, because that was literally the second or third time I picked that shit up and didn't drink it. So I had to. But I know that you would want to stand on those steps and be able to stand on those steps of life and sit there and really analyze how to move to the next step instead of manipulating your way to the top, to where when you get to a step and you can't manipulate yourself no more, like manipulate manipulate life anymore. You ain't got nobody to manipulate you. It's just you and those steps. And all you can do is sit there and stare at that step because I don't know what to do with that step. I manipulated myself the last couple of steps that were broken, that were faulty. I don't know what to do with this step. I don't know how to get over this step. I don't know how to cross this step. I don't know how to get past this step because the last time I got past this step, I manipulated and abused and used and mistreated and all that with other people, but there was nobody around with this step. It's just me and this step. How am I supposed to manipulate the step to fix itself? How am I supposed to manipulate the step to better itself? How am I supposed to manipulate this situation so I can step on this step without falling through and going down to the bottom to where all these other steps that I missed, I have to go back to? How am I supposed to manipulate that? I can't manipulate that. So now I have to sit here and figure out how am I supposed to get over this step. And now I have to do what I was trying not to do from the past ones. Damn, I should have just did the last ones, because if I did the last ones, maybe, just maybe, I wouldn't be in this situation not knowing what to do, because the last ones would have taught me some things to where I can put it in this one. But since I manipulated the last one, how am I supposed to do that with this one? I didn't learn nothing from the last ones, the steps that I manipulated my way out of. I didn't learn from those to get to this. See, thing is, people don't understand, especially the ones that do the bad things. You are at that broken step for a reason. There is a lesson for you to learn. There is something for you to be taught. God is putting you at that broken step to see what are you going to do to fix this step. There are multiple ways to fix this step, and one of them is manipulation. You know, the one that you be doing, the negative one, manipulation, or half-assing it and just throwing some goddamn cardboard over the hole and then stepping on it and calling it a day, or board and stepping on it and calling it a day. Or you can go deep within, get in the root of the problem, the root of the cause. Why is this step broken? Is it broken because this wood that it has that was used is weak? Now we have to pull the whole step up to put a new step in so it can be sturdy? Or is it just the surface of the step to where all we gotta do is take off the surface, put a new surface on, and call it a day? There are lessons to be learned on each and every step of life. The question is, are you going to go up that step in a good way? Or are you going to go up that step in a bad way? It is always your decision. You decide. But I don't got this and I don't got that, and my life is this and my life is that. So, you know how many motherfuckers that's out here that probably got less than you and is working harder than you and doing what they need to do to get to the level of life that they need to get to that next step in life, to get to the foundation that they need to get to so they can thrive up to the top? You know how many motherfuckers is doing that? You know how many motherfuckers is actually out here doing that, baby? There's a lot of motherfuckers that's actually out here doing that. Hold on. I'm gonna fix my wig. Listen, for those that do not know, bitch, I wear a wig. Yes. Oh, I look so good in them, though. You can't say I don't. But I wear a wig. Okay, anyway, back to the topic at hand. The lesson of life. Yes, the lesson of life. Are you going to go up the steps of life and learn the lessons that you need to learn? Or are you going to manipulate your way up them steps and not learn a damn thing? To where if those steps crumble and fall, especially for those that do the negative aspects of getting up to the top, what if you get to a certain step I heard something. Sorry. It sounded like a dog. But if you get to a certain step in life, and I'm talking to the people that get to go up the steps by manipulation and doing all that bad and all that jazz and just half-assing it and throwing people's bodies on the ground instead of allowing them to put themselves there. You're forcing them to go on there. What if you get to a step to where you step on that step and everything that you just skipped crumbles? Because that one step, was the cause of why the other steps were rotting. That was the first step. That step was rotting the first time. And it spreaded. But you wouldn't know that because you didn't take the time and analyze the steps that you were taking. Being a good person, going through the lessons how you were supposed to go through, instead of skipping over them, saying fuck them, or using somebody to get past that step. You wouldn't have known because you didn't do what you were supposed to. You didn't fix that first step. Man, going through the steps of life is crazy. The ladder of life, getting up in life, whatever way you decide. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is hard going up the steps of life when you are a good person, when you are doing the right thing, when you are taking all the punches and rolling with them. It is hard. Life is hard, baby. It's truly hard. But I want you to know it'll better you. You'll get stronger, wiser, to the point where them steps won't even faze you because you know how to maneuver around a lot of things. And if this is another lesson that you need to learn and you don't know about this lesson, then past steps will teach you